doing leaf prints on folded paper, so you get a mirror image like this. So what I did to prepare was I got some leaves, gathered some leaves from my neighborhood walks that I've been doing to get exercise and fresh air. And I have gathered some sponge brushes and some paint. You can also do this with block printing ink or even a stamp pad if you have that. Whatever you have access to right now is what you should use. And the paper I'm using is a cardstock, but you can use any kind of paper. Again, whatever you have access to at the moment will work fine. So you want to prepare a number of sheets of paper by just folding them in half. So I want to do multiple prints like this, so I prepared those by folding them in half in advance. And yeah, so you're going to pick out leaves. You want to pick out leaves that are not too three-dimensional. You want something that will lay flat, but different leaves that have different textures and shapes that you think will be interesting to print with. So something like what I have here, but nothing, again, nothing too three-dimensional because that's going to be too difficult for you to print. So let's say I want to print this one here, which already has some paint on it. I'm going to get my paint out. And you don't want to do too thick of a coat of paint. You kind of want to make a thin patch here like that, where you can set the leaf inside of it and brush the paint on like this. Make sure you get the stem, and you kind of want to go from the stem outward. If you're using a brush, sponge brush too, you can kind of tap it like that, flip it over, and make sure that you get both sides. Again, I kind of hold it by the stem and brush out from there. And once you have gotten a good amount of ink there, or paint rather, you're going to open it up and place it on one side. And remember, you're going to get a mirror image, so think about how you want that to look. I'm going to place it there. Don't move it once you've placed it down. Then you're going to fold the whole thing shut. And you might want to grab a piece of scrap paper because your hands have paint on them. So this way, when you have a scrap paper, you can rub, 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 rub very hard. Make sure you get all the area where the leaf is, an even amount of pressure. So go thin on the paint, but heavy on the pressure you apply. Take your scrap paper away and open it up, and you have a print of the sun side or the front side, and then boom, the moon side or the back side. So you get a mirror image of both sides of the leaf. So then what you can do is use all your different kinds of leaves, different shapes, and do some layering and try to use different colors and layer and make different patterns on top of each other. Here are my finished leaf prints. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to make these into a flutter book, but you could also use these to make, say, a greeting card if you turn it like that, and you could send that to someone in the mail. You could also use it for a book cover, or it could be a print by itself.